I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for BloodBound Book 1, Chapter 14, The Cabin. Stand in Adrian's office, surrounded by crossbow-wielding vampires, helping Nicole steal Adrian's serum. Now then, let's get this charade over with, shall we? Hand over the serum.
Nicole, why? I know we had our differences, but I trusted you.
Oh? If you trusted me so much, why haven't you turned me? Why did you lead me on?
I never promised to turn you.
No, but you knew I wanted it. And you wouldn't do it, no matter how hard I worked.
Is that the only reason you worked for me?
Of course not. I believed in your vision. I believed in your company. But I also believed in living forever. And every day you kept me immortal was a day I became less and less possible. And then this one came along. Me? What did I do? What didn't you do? You manipulated Adrian, got him to turn your idiot friend, led him down one bad road after the other. For the first time, I saw Adrian for what he really is. Just another shallow, weak man, easily manipulated by a pretty face. So I sought out someone stronger, someone who understands me, someone with guts to do what it takes. Pact be damned. Let me guess. Vega.
Vega.
Damn right. And when I told him about your serum, he was more than happy to help me with this plan. All this was to get the serum? Adrian certainly made it difficult, having the researchers get their minds wiped by Jameson, making sure there was no hard copy of the formula.
I knew I couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Exactly. Which is why all this worked out so beautifully, don't you think? Vega gets the serums, I get turned, and you get what you've long had coming. And Lily? Was attacking her part of your plan? Actually, I had nothing to do with that.
You and Adrian share a look. Nicole crosses her arms over her chest.
We're done. Hand me the serum or I'll order these men to shoot. Nicole, you're not getting away with this. Adrian can take you down in a heartbeat. Adrian, don't let her take it. Get her!
The vampire guards all step forward, crossbows level at his chest.
Or not. Take one step and you die. Last chance, boss man. The serum or the bolts.
Neither. With a growl, Adrian jams the syringe into his arm.
Ugh! What are you doing?
They need him alive. If he bleeds out or turns to ash right now, they don't get even a clue of the serum.
No!
Instead of just one dose, Adrian injects the entire barrel into his arm. Dozens of doses worth. Oh, shit.
What have you done?
What I had to. He hurls the empty injector aside. The serum's in my blood now. You want it, you'll have to take me. And good luck with that! Adrian spins and grabs you, lifting you up into his arms. Up close, you can see his face is flushed and his eyes are dilated.
Adrian.
Hang on tight. He then turns and smashes through the window to your right.
No!
A dozen bolts fire and miss, hitting the wall where you'd been standing. And suddenly you're weightless and hurtling through the night air 100 stories above street level.
Ah!
Land on adjacent rooftop hard, Adrian's body taking the brunt of the blow. Ah!
Adrian.
How in the can he still be a vampire if he just took a dozen doses? I'm just saying. Adrian stumbles, bleeding badly. Several of his bones are broken, jutting out through his skin.
Okay, never mind, that answered it. Why did you do that?
I can't risk them getting the serum. He reaches down and you wince as you watch him snap the bones in his legs back into place. Slowly the skin starts to heal over.
But what will you do? What will it do to you?
Never taken this much. Not sure.
That doesn't sound good.
Adrian takes a deep breath, gritting his teeth through the pain. It should start to hit me in the next minute or two.
Adrian.
Back at the window of Adrian's office, the guards have gathered and reloaded. They fire their bolts, hitting the ground just inches away. Move! Adrian tightens his grip on you and jumps from the building and grabbing onto a window, washing scaffolding, and riding it down to the ground. You both land abruptly, but unhurt on the sidewalk, startling pedestrians. There, the car. He pulls you over to the car where Jax and Camille are waiting, and you both scramble in. What the hell happened?
Are you okay?
Go, drive! Jax floors it and the car screeches away. Jax drives you to one of the temporary Safehouse locations to regroup, decide what to do. After parking, he hands the keys to one of his guys, who gives him another set of keys in return. You and Lily support Adrian and find him in a place to lie down. His energy is quickly waning and he doesn't look good.
Adrian.
Sorry, the effects, it's hard to focus. As Adrian closes his eyes, you step aside to talk to the others.
He's not looking great. Do you think he'll be okay? No one knows. The serum itself was risky. Overdosing on it.
You're alarmed by Camila's expression.
I can't claim to understand the mechanics of how it works. Biochemistry was never my strong suit. But it negates the forces that make us vampire. Then it may kill him. Truly kill him. No, we just rescued him. He can't die now. I'm sorry, Amy. Can we talk about how Nicole totally double-crossed us? If I see her again, I'm going straight Kratos on her ass. Not sure what the mythical son of Palos has to do with it, but I, for one, like vengeance on her.
Adrian lets out a faint moan, his veins pulsing. You rush back to his side and kneel beside him.
Adrian, feed on me. Are you sure? Would it help? I don't know. Maybe? Then of course I'll do it.
You tear your clothing away from your neck. Like that would need to be done. Adrian reaches up, his fangs extended, and sinks them into the side of your neck. You feel the same sensation, that electric tingle, but it's distant and weak. Your hands ball in a fist as Adrian drinks and then slumps away. Thank you, Amy.
Is that better?
I think so. I hope so. Camila comes over, healing your neck with her fingertips. You sit with him for a moment longer, holding his hand, and then turn to the others.
So what now? Right. Well, Adrian recovers, if Adrian recovers, we need to make our next move. After what we just did, every vampire in the city is going to be after us. We need a place to lay low. Extremely low.
You're welcome to stay here as long as you need to.
Appreciate it, but it's still too dangerous. We need to get out of the city.
You hear shuffling, and you all turn to see Adrian slumped forward, forcing himself to stay awake. I have a place.
What?
A small house in the country. Upstate. No one knows about it, no one. They'd never find us there.
Sounds perfect. We'll leave immediately.
Jack stands up and clears his throat. Right. Well, I think there is, this is where we part ways.
What? Really?
Look, I took a huge risk saving Adrian's life. I did that because you told me it was the interest of my people that he'd keep us safe. Now Adrian's not even safe in his own city, and for all we know, his own serum is about to kill him. So if you'll excuse me, if I have my own doubts about what he can do for the clanless.
Jax.
My people need me, now more than ever. If the city's gonna war, they're gonna be caught in the middle. I can't just cut and run on them.
Your people are not the concern now. They...
Thank you, Jax. His voice is quiet but powerful with emotion. Everyone turns to stare. It's clear. Every word is a labor. You took a huge risk, saving me. I won't forget that, and I understand that for you, your people come first. Do what you have to do, and I promise if I get through this, that I will help the clanless however I can. Jax nods. They hold each other's gaze for a minute before Jax finally turns to you. We gotta stop partying like this.
We'll meet again.
Yeah, I know we will. Jax walks over to Camilla, who shakes his hand, and he turns to say goodbye to Lily.
Actually, I'm not saying goodbye. Not to you, at least.
What? Why?
I'm coming with you. What?
I don't understand.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I think this is what's right for me. This whole transition has left me feeling pretty out of place, looking for somewhere I belong, looking for my people. Camilla, Adrian, I appreciate what you've done for me, but your world isn't my world. Corporations, big money, rules that keep people out. That's just not me. Lily. But the Shadow Den, that was the first place I felt right. They're outcasts like me, turned without their consent. Their very existence a problem for the council. If I can stay and help them, be a part of the community, then I have to do that.
We certainly could use someone like you. We'd be happy to have you.
I'm sorry, Amy, but this is what I have to do. Lily, I'll miss you. Don't make me cry. I get what you mean. I know it's right for you, but in all selfishness, I don't want you to go. I know, but I don't want to go either. This feels like my chance to prove myself to them, to help them in a time of need. That's where I need to be.
Wrap your arms around her, squeezing her tight, both of you unwilling to let go.
This isn't goodbye. It's just, see you later. Oh yeah, we'll be back playing co-op in no time. Come on. You know how I hate sappy goodbyes. I can't even watch the end of E.T. without tearing up. Okay. I'll stop. Now go help Adrian rest and get better. We'll need him to win this thing.
You guys left another car for you, outside. He tosses you the keys.
Thanks.
You and Camilla help Adrian out to the car. As you're about to go, you look back to Jax and Lily.
Be careful out there. You too.
See you on the other side. And good luck, Amy. And with that, you turn and leave. Three of you drive upstate in the darkness, with Adrian remaining quiet except to give Camilla directions. He navigates you deeper and deeper into the woods, further from the main roads, and eventually...
We're almost out of gas.
Then stop and ditch the car. We'll go rest of the way on foot.
Are you sure you're up for that?
Yes, I think I'm feeling better.
If you're certain.
I am. You all get out of the car, nearly hidden behind heavy bushes. A dirt road leads deep into the forest. That is a gorgeous forest. From here, we'll hike.
Call me crazy, but I definitely did not dress for hiking. Didn't really dress for jumping out of a window either, but I noticed that Jax's people stashed some emergency bags in the trunk for us. Maybe there's something you can wear in there.
Yeah, this is a perfect time for an outfit change. Pixelberry. You head to the trunk and unzip a duffel bag to find... This outfit looks great, and could end up being helpful if you find yourself in trouble in the woods. Act now! Act now and we'll throw in a pocket knife. All this for $29.99. But wait! We'll take off $4.99 for just an even 25 diamonds.
I'll stick with what I've got for now.
If you insist.
Just don't complain to me if it gets all muddy.
The three of you trek deep into the woods, following the dirt road, and even though the sun is starting to rise in the distance, the first rosy rays cresting the horizon, Adrian seems to be getting better with each stride. just follow the dirt road. It's not far now.
You're looking healthier.
Yes, feeling it too. Whatever that was earlier, I think it's passing.
Is the serum wearing off?
No. Oh, just like that should be in my system for several days at least. It's more like my body's acclimating to it, adjusted, maybe even changed.
That's good, right?
It's good that I'm alive, yes, but it also means the serum is more complicated than I thought, potentially much more powerful. I thought I was suppressing the irregularities that makes us vampires, but perhaps it was suppressing the defect that comes from the dilution.
You think it makes you
more pure?
Sorry, I'm not following.
Like a daywalker, basically. Adrian takes a deep breath, hopping effortlessly over a fallen tree. All vampires share the same immortal bloodline, passed down from maker to maker, but each subsequent generation is less pure than the one before.
Each generation removed from the original has more weaknesses and impurities, and is more prone to becoming feral. So Lily is weaker than you, Adrian?
That's right, and I'm weaker than my maker, and he's far weaker than the purest vampire of all, the one that turned him.
The first vampire.
The weakness to sunlight is one of those impurities. It's possible that the serum is suppressing.
So the serum is making your blood more pure?
It's just a theory.
Tell me about your maker.
Adrian and Camilla look at each other uneasily. That's not a subject I like to get into.
Why not?
Adrian hesitates. Camilla glances over at him, stepping forward a little.
Adrian and I had the same maker, a very powerful vampire, far purer than us.
He had powers that had put ours to shame. He was terrifying and awe-inspiring.
Seductive, charismatic, he had a way of getting in your head, of turning your own thoughts against you, bending you to his will.
Isn't every maker like that? Like, seriously, every maker is like that.
You guys don't seem thrilled about him.
Yes, well, that part of my life is over now. I try not to dwell on it.
You have to understand, Amy. Who Adrian and I are now is not always who we were. We did things in our past, terrible things. Things that would horrify you if you learned about them.
Some secrets are best left in the dark.
If that serum can make you pure, it's far more dangerous than we thought.
My sentiments exactly. In any case, we've arrived. I'm assuming more bloodlust, blood hunger, more rage, hatred, anger, etc. I played Vampire, which you guys should really check out. Like, the first Vampire was really... sick and twisted? I guess is about the best way to put it. There, hidden deep within the trees, is an old colonial-style house. Straight out of a history book. You guys should really check out Vampires on my channel. Let me actually throw up a link to the playlist here on the end of the video. Inside, it's a simple house from the 1700s with exposed beams with a large hearth. It's in need of paint, but otherwise perfectly preserved. Just like I left it.
Adrian, you never told me you had a house up here.
It's sort of a personal retreat. I don't come here much anymore.
But you tell me everything.
A dark look crosses Adrian's face, something pained and haunted. No, not everything.
Adrian? And when were you last here?
I check on it every 6 months to keep it maintained, but the last time I stayed here for some time was the 1950s.
Oh, after World War II.
The Red Scare affected the vampire community as well. There were some in the government who saw us as a threat, who used the pretense of politics to threaten the council and everything we had built. When people go looking for enemies, no one is safe.
History does have a nasty habit of repeating itself.
Oh, no shit. I dealt with the threats, but I had to lie low for a while. Adrian runs his hand along the giant wood lintel above the hearth and smiles. This came from the oak tree that stood in this spot when I bought the property. The very day I bought it, lightning brought this tree crashing down. Look closely and you can see the burn marks.
Yeah.
This tree was probably 200 years old when it came down, and 200 more years spent as part of my home.
He pauses, his hand on the wood lost in memory. So this was your house from when you were immortal?
Yes. No one knows about this place. We'll be safe here until we can figure out the next step. Now then, if no one minds, I think I'm going to lay down for a few minutes.
Adrian goes into the other room, Camila, and packs a bag of groceries. He really never told you about those? No. In truth, I'm impressed. Adrian's not one for keeping secrets. He says it makes him feel ill. Seems like this place has a real meaning for him. Oh, it does. One of the strange powers of memory, I suppose. I've been alive for 2,000 years. But those first 30 years of my mortal life hold the most meaningful weight of all.
Camille opens a paper bag and takes out a few ingredients. God, I haven't seen a paper bag in so goddamn long, it's not even funny. It's like seeing a blockbuster.
This appears to be all Jax's people managed to scrounge up. I think your choices are cold cheese sandwich, or, if you're feeling ambiguous, hot cheese sandwich. I think you mean grilled cheese. Call it what you like. You'd still have to build a fire to cook it.
She gestures to the large open hearth and cast iron pan.
I think I'll have,
grilled cheese.
That's the spirit.
Roll some dusty logs from a pile near the hearth and place them inside under the metal cooking rack.
Let's see. Some tinder, some kind of flint, and no idea how to do this.
Rub together. You pull out a small box of tinder sticks from a box and put them under the logs and try to strike 2 of the flints together. Sparks fly when you do it, but the tinder doesn't catch.
Camila, you must have done this before. How does this work?
Camila takes a lighter out of her jacket and tosses it to you.
Don't make things harder than they need to be.
You light a fire and toast the bread and cheese. When you finally bite into it, it's the best grilled cheese you've ever had.
Do you want some? Think Adrian might want some? Maybe. Go ask.
You turn over your shoulder, mouth still full, half full of cheese and bread.
Adrian, you want something to eat? Charming, Amy.
There's no answer, and you share a concerned glance with Camila. The 2 of you hurry to the bedroom door to check on him. Adrian sits at a desk, staring at the old locket cradled in his hand. You move closer and see that each side contains an etching. One side a woman, on the other a child.
Are they your...
He doesn't answer, doesn't look up. You turn to Camila, but she seems uncharacteristically unsure.
Can you tell us about them?
Still nothing. You start to back out of the room, feeling like you've intruded on something terribly personal. Their story should be told. You and Camila freeze in the doorway, waiting for him to go on.
Then tell us. Adrian?
This was my home when I was immortal. I lived here with my wife. We lived here a short time. We'd only been married 2 years. Life wasn't always easy, but it was happy. We had purpose, love, and our beautiful baby boy.
What was your wife's name?
Eleanor. She loved to sing, and had a sharp wit. She suffered no fools, and when she smiled, it was like the whole world lit up. He smiles at the locket.
And your son?
His expression sombers just a little, though he still smiles. He's clearly now somewhere else. Charles. He was 18 months old and had perhaps cried half a dozen times in his entire life. Always in his mother's arms, always laughing. Even now, 200 years later, I still remember his laugh.
Oh.
I was home from the war. I'd taken a musket ball to the leg and was sent back to recuperate. Eleanor was caring for me, and Charles, he brought me so much joy, even in pain. His expression darkens. That night, there was a crescent moon in the sky. Eleanor went out for water and found more than she bargained for.
A vampire?
No, a human. A wounded traveler begging for help. She brought him inside to give him comfort and a place to rest because that's the sort of woman she was. She made him a bed by the fire, but in the middle of the night there was a terrible commotion. He pauses, his emotions getting ahead of him. I don't know what happened, but by the time I made it down, he'd run through Eleanor with his bayonet. And little Charles.
Adrian.
His breath hitches in his throat as he struggles to press forward. He came for me next. We fought. He stabbed me right in the chest. And I smashed his head open against the fireplace.
Good.
It was too late for Eleanor. Charles was alive for just another moment. I held him, my beautiful boy. I held him as he died.
Oh my God.
I was badly wounded, but I was ready to die, to join my family in eternity. And then he found me.
Guys.
The name rings the faintest bell, something distant and nagging in the back of your mind. A tapestry, yes, we get at the painting. Then it fades as quickly as it came. He gave me life, immortality, but my family was already gone. Adrian stops, carefully tucks the locket into a small desk drawer, his face turned away.
I'm so sorry, Adrian.
You move next to him, putting your arms around him. Camilla watches, sadder than you've ever seen her.
Thank you for telling us. Yes, thank you.
Adrian sighs deeply, patting your arm. It's almost dawn. We should put the shades down and get some rest. I'll sleep in the bedroom, and there's an extra bedroll here that's more comfortable than it looks. Camilla unrolls the bedroll, which looks like a colonial futon.
I've certainly slept on worse.
She picks it up to carry it to the main room.
It will be cold here without central heating.
Amy, where will you be? By the way, I hope I did justice. I really had to... I really felt like I was embodying Adrian and really taking an emotional tragedy from my life as I was reading it, so I hope I did justice to it. By the fire. As you wish. Adrian retires to the bedroom, and you help Camilla stoke the fire.
We'll be okay here, right? Yes, they never even told me about this place. We're completely off the map.
You pull a rocking chair up close to the fire and wrap a blanket around yourself. Camilla lies down on the bedroll and pulls a handmade quilt over herself.
Good night, Camilla. Good night, Amy.
You gently rock your chair and drift to sleep in front of the warm crackle and glow of the fire, yet even as you nod off, you can't help but think of Adrian's face as he held the locket. You nod off, sleeping through the day. You wake at sunset the next night. Soon you, Adrian, and Camille sit by the fire enjoying some improvised toast and coffee. Outside it's dark and the sun has just set.
I don't suppose there's any milk for the coffee.
Oh, sorry, we're roughing it. See, she's just like me. Gotta have some milk for that coffee. I'm not much of a black person. You know, I don't do just sugar and coffee. I need that cream, girl.
Pretend you're camping. I don't do camping.
Smile at her, but suddenly a loud horn blares outside.
What? I don't like this.
Hide. Instinctively wedge your body as far under the adjacent table as possible. Headlights from outside sweep the room.
What's going on?
Adrian and Camille are already assessing the scene. An 18-wheeler sits outside the cabin, rumbling heavily. And in the cockpit... Goddamn son of a bitch! Why don't you just die already? Oh my god. How did you know about this place? Oh, let me guess, the predictability of him coming every 6 months to do the cabin. Right, of course. Adrian.
Come out and play.
Oh, I'm gonna play with a stake and just jamming it in your chest. Vega and Nicole.
They found us. Surprised to see us?
You didn't think you could hide from me, did you? Now come out, old friend. I believe you have something that's mine. God damn it, Pixelberry. Release the next chapter right now. Okay, so thoughts. One, I love this damn book. I love it. I'm a huge vampire fan, as any of you have no clue I am. That's one of the reasons why I went out and got Vampire. It's a game that not a lot of people played and not a lot of people are enthusiastic about. It's based on choices type material and the whole 9 yards, but also the vampire world. And you meet your creator. You meet the creator. She is the one and only vampire. She's the creator of all. And like I said, please check out the playthrough on my channel. It's it's worth the watch. I try and add some humor. There's a lot of fun. I know it may not be choices type material, but I promise you, you guys will be entertained by watching it. I try my best to entertain you guys, especially when I live stream, and that game is very entertaining. It has a lot of story, it has a lot of lore, it has a lot of mission side objectives, things that I tried to do. It is a game worthwhile. There are other vampire games out there worth it, but they're so old and kind of immersion breaking, graphics-wise. There hasn't really been a good vampire game in a while, With that being said, what do you guys think? What do you guys think in the comment section? So here's what I think. Next week, we're going to fight. I don't know how old Vega is. I think he's about the same age as Adrian. Camilla's 2,000 years old, though. I think she could best Vega in combat, but you don't know who all is out there, what weaknesses, do they have other things they haven't used against vampires that we haven't, thought of, the whole 9 yards. And perhaps if Adrian's blood is becoming pure, to becoming close to the Maker, I mean, he's going to gain strength, he's going to gain speed, he's going to gain powers that he's never even thought of, that his Maker's going to have, including, I guess the best way to put it is, if you've ever watched Hellsing, beautiful anime, if you really should check that out if you've never watched it. It's about vampires too. Again, I'm a huge vampire enthusiast. That is really worth checking out. Is he going to be able to do more? Is what they're going to try doing not going to work, and he's just going to be, like, ripping steaks out of him and be like, and just rip Vega's head off, at which I'm going to be like, please? But then is it going to be he's lost in bloodlust? Is it going to be, there's a lot of things they could do with this. Please don't this up. Please. Please don't this up. Oh my god, I want to say the word, but Jesus, you know what I mean. Don't screw this up. Don't do it. Don't do this. I don't care. Take a 6-month break if you need to think of some ideas. I will sit down with you as a huge vampire know-it-all, as a huge vampire enthusiast. I will give you some goddamn ideas. Don't this up. Don't do it. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below. Here, I'll even throw this up real quick. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Without further ado, like I said, let me know in the comment section what you guys believe. I'll throw up Vampire even on the playlist. I will forgo linking another choices video just so you guys will look at that. It's the whole playlist. That's all the videos. Check it out. I will catch you all in Veil of Secrets. Catch you then. Peace.